Welcome to Channel Perspectives. It is a fiercely competitive space out there in the enterprise technology space, and channel partners often face difficulty to get noticed at the customer end. To speak more about how channel partners can get noticed by their customers, we have with us Paresh Shah, CEO, Allied Digital Services with us. Welcome, Paresh.
Yeah, thank you.
At the start, Allied Digital has been into the IT space since over 3 decades. What changes have you seen at the customer end, particularly in the last 5 years, and how you as a company have transformed?
I think over the decade, the customer perception for a solution provider has changed in multiple facets. And when I talk about multiple facets, number one, really, I would say is people today, customers are, as the environment gets very heterogeneous, the IT environment, right from mobile devices to cloud technologies, it's a pretty complex environment, and the customers want to see how the solution provider acts as a system integrator and basically gives him a kind of a comprehensive solution. So the role of solution provider, what the customer pursues today, is more of a system integration role, a holistic view of the solution. So that's number one factor. I would also add one more thing, that today, 10 years back and now, the customers are more knowledgeable of technologies. There's a lot of information available, and there's a lot of competitor prices, competition there. So it's always there that the customer wants to make sure he gets the best out of it. So value is very important. So he wants the solution provider also to give him a more of a multiple solution approaches, more solution variants. Address small parameters. So that's another factor, that the solution provider has to be very knowledgeable today than 10 years back. The third aspect I really see is a big factor is more and more the CIOs, for example, the customers wants to be driving solutions business friendly. So that's very much expected from the solutions providers, that it's not a standard solution that you have a kind of a basic requirement and the solution provider gives the solution to that. Today the customers want to see how that requirement gets best addressed, best impacted to his business. So the solution provider is expected to understand the business environment of the customer very well and design the solution such that it has a direct value and impact to the customer.
You spoke about newer technologies like cloud, big data. You as Allied or as a channel partner, do you also get into these newer domains of technologies so that you get noticed by your customers more than before?
Yes, absolutely. Allied has always been in forefront of technologies. I bring a lot of innovation. And what we have done is, we have completely embraced SMAC, the social media, mobility and analytics and cloud. And definitely the cloud solutions out of these 4 and social media solutions and are really in forefront for us.
So have you built in any process in your pre-sales team, sales team or technical team so that you can be more noticed at your customer end, or you are more relevant to the customers in today's age? If yes, how?
Yes, it's a radical shift, I would say. It's a transformation that we have gone through in last 2 years. This transformation has been primarily at the sales level too, because we want to be always customer focused. And to be customer focused, we have done multiple things. We have realigned our offerings in the terms of ADI Cube. This cube clearly differentiates different lines of business for infrastructure management. That's number one. Second thing, we have completely streamlined our processes in such a way that the sales is more consultative, so that it focuses on the problem of the customer rather than giving them standard technical solutions. So that's a second change. Third, we have been very clear about the customers' requirements, the customers who are looking for more of a real value from the solution provider rather than just looking at cost. So our perspective also with the customer has been very careful to make sure that we deliver the best in that.
And how do you take the route of marketing or maybe a social media stream today so that the customers obviously know what is Allied into or what is Allied getting into in the near future? Any such initiatives you have done in the recent past?
Yes, I think we cannot avoid social media marketing today. It is part of the business, and we have very actively involved ourselves in social media marketing, and that's a big area for our digital marketing, and we have a roadmap for that.
And how do you see the customer references work in today's time? Because as you see with new technologies, you have very particular solutions for a particular vertical. So do these also help for customers of particular vertical to be attracted to Allied and its services and solutions?
Yes, absolutely. We are into solutions and services business as a system integrator. As a system integrator, even that becomes more important, because today, being in consultative sales, it's very important to tell the story to the customer. A story gets best given through a reference. So I see that that is always going to be there as before also, and today also case studies are very important, and the case studies should now reflect not just technology, but the benefits that customer received, their testimonials, all that makes a difference.
You spoke about an interesting aspect about business outcome based IT. So when your sales guy or your pre-sales guys go to the customers, what is the pitch they give them? Is it a business benefit pitch, a technology pitch, or a combination of both?
It's a combination. We basically talk to the our sales that you be in the discovery mode, really be ready to listen. That's the first thing that we talk to our sales, and be very open to ideas from the customer, open to listen to their pain areas, and then basically identify the right area of offering that you can navigate them to.
And any suggestions for the enterprise technology partner companies on how they can be more noticed by their customers? If you could suggest a couple of tips for them.
Yeah, my thoughts are definitely today's world is pretty economically pretty much I would say it's a roller coaster, and it's very important to stay focused for every channel partner today. Instead of doing a lot of things in a lot of areas, it's important that people focus, partners focus on specific areas, try to derive more value, give that value to the customer, because that is what customer is looking for, and be very, very business centric. I think this will help them to basically take more insight into their business.
That's interesting. You spoke about niche technologies or partners to be experts in those technologies. But how do you see the scenario at Allied Digital? Because you have an extensive portfolio of technology offerings. Do you believe you can be a jack of all trades and master of none, or how is it going to be?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question, and we are trying to get more and more focused. We have been doing multiple areas of business. We continue to do that, but definitely we see that we have mastered certain areas, and we are trying to see that we drive more business out of that.
And what would be the key master areas which you have done? If you could highlight a couple of recent initiatives.
Yes, we have pretty much mastered certain areas of one is giving a very comprehensive managed services solution, which is based on simple, very much strategic, smart technology, streamlined processes. This is one of the unique offerings that we have in managed services solution. It's a very comprehensive solution for IT, for large and medium sized businesses. Second thing, we have a cloud navigation solution where we not only just sell infrastructure services, but also we give a complete solution in terms of adding valuable services. The third big area is systems integration, where we have done a very leapfrog work in terms of taking a lot of high-end solutions such as safe city solutions, and that makes us in a very different space. Fourth, we have our own platform, which becomes as a very strong ITSM platform to serve any IT across, whether it's an application or whether it's a device. So that makes us pretty much solid and niche into these areas.
Thank you, Paresh, for an interesting discussion. That was Paresh Shah, CEO, Allied Digital Services, speaking about how Allied Digital Services have their nuts and bolts in place to make sure they get noticed by most of the customers for the bigger deals in India. Thank you for watching.